To stay with us, we're going to start with the review of the papers. Start with The Nation. Atiku plans sale of nation's assets to allies, says Tinubu. Senate adjourns for campaigns. Lagos lawyer Raheem buried. INEC won't succumb to security threats. Governors to engage CBN on Naira redesign. Buhari, Boko Haram sponsors aim was to split Nigeria. Don't behave like Asu, Ngige tells the new union Kunoa. And why we upgraded Emmanuel Alayade's college to varsity. Okay, which story are we starting with? Talk we have a story there. Okay, let me try to start with a story on Boko Haram. So our president was speaking yesterday. He had guests from Dubai, and he was speaking with Sheikh bin Baya. He was pretty much talking about the Boko Haram, saying that Boko Haram is false, that how could they say that Western education was ungodly, that it's fraudulent, that whoever is financing them was wanted to split Nigeria. And he also said that all the grounds they had seized before he came into office have been recovered, and they are currently able to stabilize the nation. He was speaking on security to his guests, who had actually invited him that after his tenure, he should come to Dubai to come and spend some time to rest. He was also saying that he was also telling the president that he's been doing a fantastic job keeping the calm in Africa, and saying that it's something that needs to be the role he played in defeating Boko Haram should be replicated across board, because wherever these Islamic fundamentalists are rearing their head across the world, that we need the kind of leadership Buhari had in Nigeria to be able to succumb all the Islamist and Islamic fundamentalist views. So that was pretty much the report. But it was a good meeting. Any other story in the nation?
Yeah, the federal government has concluded the registration of the CONUA and the Nigerian and National Association of Medical and Dental Academics. They broke away from... CONUA had broken away from ASU. They were complaining about ASU's monopoly and the hardline.
Yes.
So Ngige has just advised them not to be like ASU. I guess he's happy that he has managed to divide the house. You know.
But he also mentioned that it's not just this is not something, the first time they're unbundling. Pengasson had to unbundle. The National Union of Pensioners had to unbundle. NNPC too unbundle. So unbundling, that it shouldn't, ASU shouldn't be a NEPA had to unbundle, NNPC had to unbundle, and that ASU shouldn't have this monolithic hold on all lecturers, and so...
Okay. Yes, I have a story. The customs have intercepted hard drugs, military and police hardware at the cargo section of the domestic wing of the Murtala Mohammed Airport. If you hear the list of drugs and all this military and police equipment that they got from two suspects, one of them is Samson Olaiwon Tantolohun, of 29 Okejide Street in Ejibo, and he had tramadol. They said he had them, of course, over the permissible threshold. Then another person, Olaoli Marcus, was also arrested for importing military hardware, a lot of bullets themselves, bulletproof jackets, so many other things. They said 105 pieces of ballistic chest plates. And when he was approached by security, he could not provide the necessary certificate. They call it the end user certificate to show that you're the person in charge of importing this and where you're taking it to. And he couldn't give them that certificate. So they say investigation is ongoing. It's strange that a regular individual can bring in this kind of
ammunition. Okay, The Punch. Police presence at Emefiele's Abuja home stirs controversy. New VC promises to make Unilag Solution Center. Slain lawyer buried, clerk consoles family. 13 billion naira drugs, military hardware seized at Lagos Airport. National Assembly to okay 22.7 trillion naira debts restructuring on Tuesday. $1 billion spent to recover territory seized by terrorists, says Buhari. Over 500,000 security personnel to man polling booths. and subsidy, FG borrowing to import fuel, says Minister. Let me start with the picture story. So, the new VC, Professor Folashade Ogunshola of the University of Lagos, at her investiture yesterday, was saying that she was going to ensure that UNILAG is future-ready to enhance the intellectual quality of their students. She further said that they are committed to making UNILAG a solution center. Her strategic plan is to make UNILAG future-ready, yielding inquiring minds, discoveries, sound character, and globally impactful workforce while addressing the developmental needs of today and to get across 10 core goals. I mean, it's really interesting to see a new VC come in and having vision and direction what she wants to do. According to her, the time is now to prepare UNILAG for the future and to ensure that we're not just raising children for our own nation, but to be globally useful and be impactful.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy about that. Congratulations to the VC, Professor Ogunshola.
Did anybody check the Mayfair story?
Yes, we'll
You
continue
know you like
together.
Emefiele.
Read it. Let's go. Okay.
Let's start it.
I know you've been...
I will be interjecting for you.
Okay, fantastic. So there's controversy because reports showed that yesterday at about, late at night, at 8:40 p.m., there were about 10 police officers at the residence of the CBN governor. And when they were asked, and they said that they were not here to arrest anyone, arrest him in particular, but to just make sure that he attends his court hearing today and not run away like he did some weeks back. What would you like to interject?
When they asked the police, they said they should go and ask Force Headquarters. When they went to Force Headquarters, they also said, go and ask this one.
Yes,
and
everyone
Punch, subsequently asked everybody.
So they couldn't confirm if
Who sent them
who
there.
sent them.
So the police are just there. Nobody knows how they reached there.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch. Who has the story?
Yes, I want to take the subsidy story. So the Minister for Finance and Budget Planning said that Nigeria is currently borrowing money. Federal government is borrowing money to import fuel, and said that by June this year, they would phase out payment of subsidy. She mentioned how it doesn't make sense to be borrowing money to fund to import fuel, and the revenue that could have come to the country is now being paid out as subsidy. Said if you take out 3.25 trillion, that's a significant relief if it comes into the country. We've been on an 18-month extended period to remove subsidy, but I really don't understand what they mean by the 18 months. Is it that they were exposed us to suffering, they will now remove the subsidy and they will start paying more? But because they said the story has always been that there's an 18 months spread, but what Nigerians are feeling is not removal of subsidy, it's just scarcity of fuel, and that was not addressed in the story. All that we have addressed in the story is
Really bad.
yeah, we're borrowing money to import fuel.
Moving on quickly now to Daily Sun. We are ready for runoff. Won't shift election, says INEC. Masop to endorse presidential candidate and others soon. Catholic priest murder, one killed as protesting youths burned Niger police station. Gates Foundation to spend $8.3 billion to fight poverty in 2023. Senate 6 more time to probe FG's 23.7 trillion naira extra budgetary spendings. Presidency, Nigerians mustn't submit to Tinubu's slavery, says article. IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu sues Malami, demands 20 billion naira damages and apology. Let me start with that story. So Nnamdi Kanu has instituted a suit January 13th, demanding compensation on the alleged defamatory and libelous claims against him by the Attorney General of the Federation, Malami. He's saying that according to a report that was published in the Vanguard newspapers, that his utterances could affect the claimant, that's Nnamdi Kanu, and his defamatory, obviously. So he was saying that in the suit, they were asking for 20 billion naira compensation, asking for a letter to be written, a letter of apology to be written to Nnamdi Kanu, published in the newspapers, and also asking that the court should give a restraining Malami Attorney General from any further utterance against Nnamdi Kanu. So this was obviously, according to them, this defamatory and these libelous statements that was published in Vanguard could actually hinder or even affect his ongoing court cases. So he must pay for that, and they filed the suit 13th of January, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, so they went round to ATMs and banks because they're still dispensing the old Naira notes, even though the CBN has directed all banks to use only new Naira notes.
Wait.
But when they got to the bank, they don't have the new notes. So they went round, they went to ATMs. It was
same old,
not
That's
even
Daily
the old
Sun.
one.
Daily Sun.
Daily Sun. Not only old one, dirty ones. So they were not just.
No, why he was there with them?
No, but that was what they put in the papers now. Well, just quoting the paper very well.
I can even quote it. This is dirty, old, and moldy currency. Moldy currency. That's what
So they are bringing out the old ones.
My own grouse against Emefiele. That might I have 15,000 naira that they refuse
And nobody
to
has
collect.
collected.
They said that it's dirty and moldy. So somebody needs to tell me why the bank cannot collect it.
Well, you know, he's back and forth in court. He may not be able to answer this question.
So anyway, they went to the POS people, and those ones say, they too, it's only all those that they are receiving, that they too, they are confused, that which kind of country is this? So, I mean, I'm only just...
Maybe, he was on vacation for a long time. He's back now. Let's give him a week to even settle down. Maybe he has no idea.
But we don't...
surrounding his house.
Not even a week to settle down. Is that there's a timeline that he has given the entire Nigerians.
Maybe.
So he needs to check that timeline.
Yeah, he's given the benefit of the doubt. He's been out of the country. He has no idea what's going on.
Lagos,
he's back now.
Hopefully, Moraya,
He's the one that will open
We
the
don't have
box.
new notes.
When
We don't have
the
new notes.
What will happen
what
in
will
the
happen in
villages?
Sokoto? What will happen in...
Maybe those ones even
Cross
get it before
River.
you. You never know.
Maiduguri,
Maybe they're doing from the north down. Maybe they're starting from the north and gradually.
Cannot work.
There's no money.
I like
It's
you.
everywhere.
I'm an optimist.
I like you.
I don't have a second passport. This Nigeria must
Please,
work.
before we go accuse the North of getting preferential treatment, there's no notes there.
Everywhere.
Everybody's calculating. Anyway,
Moving on.
INEC was in London. The chairman of INEC, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, has at Chatham House. Nearly everyone was there this time, and he was talking about the elections, and he says that categorically the elections are going to hold as planned and scheduled, and that no threats of the violence and insecurity that's going on now would stop it. He says that they're working collaboratively with the security agencies to make sure that this takes place. And he also acknowledges that some of the fights and insecurity happening all around the country is quite challenging to the process, especially sending out election materials, so on and so forth. But he's saying that we seem to have it in, we seem to have gotten a way around it. We'll be working, we'll make sure that Nigerians vote that period. So that's a roundabout from what we were hearing some weeks back. And so it's good to know that they will not succumb to security
Let me quickly
threats.
take the story of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They have a budget for the year, the biggest budget ever, and this is more than some countries, $8.3 billion to fight poverty and inequality in 2023. They said they have to use more money because the crisis that has never been this bad in recent times, where issues like poverty have led to many things: war, COVID-19 pandemic, economic turmoil, climate-related disasters, and a decrease in vaccination of preventable diseases. These are what they are going to be dealing with because it's taking a toll on the poorest people. Nigeria is a beneficiary of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, so we are happy that some wealthy people have dedicated their funds to ensuring they reduce poverty and deal with inequality in the country.
Interesting. They're still working together.
They are still working together on the foundation. But they have a CEO of the company that is not...
Moving on quickly to Vanguard, Atiku Dogara will be attack APC same fate ticket afresh. Debt, DMO set to raise 1.2 trillion naira via VGN bonds in Q1 2023. FG writes security agencies to recognize Konua. Chatham House INEC would hold polls despite attacks on facilities, says Professor Yakub. Our father brought us up with strong sense of value, says children. And Oshodia Papa gridlock, we have lost control. Okay, so that story caught my attention because we all know about the gridlock happening in the Oshodia Papa Expressway. So the reporters were there, Vanguard reporters were there, and the police there were sounding really angry and frustrated and upset, saying that Nupeng has caused all that is happening. They said that the situation is so bad that police officers along that route have been reduced to onlookers. A police officer who spoke to Vanguard and on anonymity was looking very beat up and was disturbed by the operations of Nupeng. He was saying, Oga, we are tired. They have government control of, they have authority from the government to control the traffic. They are the ones directing the tanker drivers not to obey us. So the nuclear official, on the contrary, was responding, trying to get his own response, saying that the union said, the government, we are doing our best to ensure that our members allow other road users to access the roads without much difficulties, but we are at the mercy of the federal, state, and local government agencies. Wow. What we've been seeing in this area is that everybody keeps passing the buck. It's not my responsibility, it's them. Somebody needs to take leadership. And somebody needs to take control. The
Nupeng is also accusing the policemen of lobbying their DPOs to be moved to that area so that they can
get some
chopping money. So everybody, like I say, is accusing.
Yes, nobody wants to take responsibility. You see, again, it comes back to we the people. Somebody must be willing to decide. It's a Nigerian problem. That's our culture. That area is very viable. Okay.
It
has become a way of life.
Our corrupt nature.
Yes.
Started from up to down. We have now ingrained the system of our leaders inside our body.
Culture knowledge describe
We'll
make it a topic another day. We have to move on.
We are not naturally corrupt now.
Yes, we are not. Human beings are like that. Anywhere in the world, an opportunity like that people take is we realize that this is not just us.
Must get stronger.
Everybody, a system is one that fixes. Let us find out. People have to run. I'm not sure we have time. Is there an important story we've not taken here? Tribune. Premier Hotel shut down, staff laid off. Any story that is important? Customs seized large military police hardware at Lagos Airport. Kidnappers seized 3 persons who took 6 million naira ransom to free Osun victims, demand additional 24 million naira. Youth protest killing of Catholic priest in Niger, Bond police station, and was celebrating freedom, Tinubu says. In Kwara, vows to fight corruption.
And those kidnappers, let me quickly take those kidnappers. They demanded 24 million or 25 million from the people. So they negotiated down to 6 million. The kidnappers said, oh yeah, bring the 6 million, but 3 people must bring that 6 million. And the senior brother of one of the victims must bring the money. When they got there with the money, they just kidnapped the 3 of them. Used the brother's phone to call them. Oh yeah, I'll bring 24 million, and then you can carry your people. Can you imagine?
Let's go on a break. When we come back.